Hey Aquarius, what's going on? This is Michelle coming at you from Page of Wands, Tarot and Oracle readings. I'm here with your Twin Flame reading for August, and hopefully you tuned into me last time. If you're just catching me, hello. Thank you for watching my channel. I'm kind of brand spanking new. Sorry about my light. It does that on my computer. It's a little sketchy. I'm brand new, so to this stuff, but I've been called to read for Twin Flames because I am a Twin Flame, and I sort of like to come from the point of view of being a little bit of a skeptic, just in terms of when it comes to union, because I think that when we focus on the union, we have a really hard time focusing on ourselves and getting our souls to a higher place. And I think that's what the Twin Flame journey is all about. So I'm going to do a reading for you where I do Divine Masculine and Divine Feminines. I'll do 3 cards for Divine Masculine on my left, 3 cards for Divine Feminine on my right, 2 connecting energy cards in the middle, and then I'm going to clarify with Oracle. And I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck here, and I'm sort of like meditating and shuffling over the cards right now. I'm Aquarius. I really love you guys. I just want to say, this morning, whenever I was thinking of doing this reading, I was like, you know what? I want to tell Aquarians. I want to tell them that I think that they're just beautiful. And I know you guys are supposed to be really, like, kind of, not really analytical, but, you know, of the mind. You like mental pursuits and like games and puzzles and strategy, and you can be very big personalities and very, very ambitious, you know. But because you rule the star card, and I'm always all about tarot, and you guys are called the water bearers, I get, like, I don't know, it's just strange. You're an air sign, but you've got this watery element to you that makes you emotional and really in touch with your emotions. And there's just such a beautiful, to me, there's just such a beautiful sort of union with the air and the water in your sign. I just find it to be really, it can be tumultuous, sure, you know, like a hurricane. It's a mixture of air and water. But, you know, typically, and so you guys can get washed up in your emotions, that's for sure. I definitely know some Aquarians like that, but you can also be extremely intuitive. And so, you know, normally you're able to keep your intuition and your analytical sides in balance, which is great. But I just feel like we're going to have a really beautiful reading for you, so I hope I am correct. So I'm going to go ahead and start laying down the cards now. I am correct, for at least for you masculines. The first card I pulled was the 3 of Cups, and that is just such a beautiful celebratory card, is it not? Yes, and feminines, your first card, 10 of Cups. Beautiful. We've got some challenges here as well, but that's okay. Nothing that can't be worked through. I have neglected to go back and look at your video from last month, so I do apologize. I should be giving you a recap on what we talked about so we can see how those energies are playing through. But if you did listen to that, hopefully you got through everything okay, the challenge is okay, and you know, we're going to be able to see progress here. If you haven't watched that video for July, it might be interesting to go back and watch that, because maybe you'll get a little bit of insight or have some aha moments about things that happened last month. All right, so as we come into August, as you all know, we're coming into eclipse season. This has made most of the readings I'm doing a little bit contentious. There's definitely challenging energy here and some sparring energy. We're also still coming out of that new moon that we just recently had, that had a lot of, it was the new moon in Leo, and it had, like, the sun was in Leo, and the moon was in Leo, and Mars was in Leo, so there was a lot of sparring energy. And I do a channel called Wine and Spirits TV, too, where I believe I said it felt like a vacuum. Like, there were so many opposites present and so many things conjuncting and opposing other things. It was like, it was like everything was getting, like sucked into this vortex. Nothing could be fully expressed. So it was creating a little bit of, like, a dichotomous kind of a feel. So you may have found yourself the last few weeks struggling, you know, really struggling with challenges in terms of maybe your mind changing really quickly, or like your temper flaring really easily, or you're getting in arguments with people really easily and not being able to see each other's points of view because there are so many things in opposition. So just putting that out there, that energy is going to fade away in the next, probably in the next few days. Now, once we really go into waxing into the full moon, the full sturgeon moon, and I think the sturgeon moon is going to be really, really cool. I'm going to do a little thing at my house, like a catch and release thing. When I do the reading for the full moon, I'm going to focus on that. So without further ado, let's get into it. So masculines, you've got 3 of Cups. This is sort of how you're feeling about yourself. joy, celebration. This could be parties. This could be just going out with friends and being sociable. So this is a really great card to start off with. You know, very, very positive. Underneath how you're feeling towards your feminine, not so hot. And this is a masculine energy. This is the Father of Wands in reverse. And when I see this energy, I think of this as like somebody that is just not reaching their fullest potential in terms of how successful they could be. Because in the upright, the Father of Wands is extremely protective. First of all, if he has a family, and again, this is masculine energy, so I'm going to get to that in a minute, even though this is supposedly pertaining to your feminines, okay? So it could be very protective over your family. It could be very protective of, you know, like your craft and very good at your craft. This could be a very entrepreneurial card. This could be an artist or a musician, usually someone very dynamic and charismatic. In the upside down, this is energy that is not being fully realized, or it's being manifested and used in the wrong way. Okay, so this could be manipulation. Sometimes what I see is like sexual manipulation, somebody that uses their charms, someone that uses their sexuality, someone that uses their charisma to kind of get what they want. All right, it's not so pleasant. So that's the energy being geared toward your feminine masculines. And then the underlying energy for you is the Tower in reverse. So this tells me that there's a disaster being avoided here. There's a very large, very catastrophic situation that's being muted or somehow being avoided through the energies that are here. And again, we're going to take a look and we'll clarify on this and we'll see what that is. Feminines, you've got the Ten of Cups. Upright. This is a very positive card. This is very beautiful. This is about love and emotional fulfillment. All right, so something here is for you is you're feeling extremely emotionally fulfilled, and that's a really good thing. But when we take a look at the other cards, it's going to be interesting too. And what's also interesting is if you are feeling like you're very emotionally fulfilled, or you're looking for deep emotional fulfillment, that's really in complete opposition to how the masculine might be feeling about you. So maybe you feel like you're acting in an emotionally fulfilling way for yourself, and your masculine thinks that you're being manipulative, or thinks that you're using that energy to for a negative means. And then you've got the Strength card in reverse. So this is how you feel towards your masculine. So you're feeling like he's being a little bit of a victim. I think you're feeling like he might be like feeling a little bit, you know, either hurt or not standing up for himself, or like this is like the scared little pussycat in the corner, right? This is the big strong lion who's got the primal instincts all tamed. And then upside down, this could be somebody that is not taming their primal urges. That is, you know, this could be a very sexual card as well. This could be somebody that's not, that's getting a little bit carried away in regards to frequent dating, I'll put it that way. Or it could be somebody that just is feeling the victim and feeling very weak. It could also be like that, feeling courageous. I get playing the victim a lot with this deck, with this Strength card. I know in traditional Rider-Waite, we really are looking at that, we're really looking at that animalistic urge thing, that thing that keeps you from succumbing to your egotistical emotions. That's a good way to put it. So it's not just sex. It's like anything that makes you not in control of your ego-based reactions or your ego-based emotions, okay? If that makes sense. And then the underlying energy here is the Truth card, the Sword of Truth here, the Ace of Swords. So this is all about having extreme clarity, all right? And just really knowing the truth about something. So, really interesting, guys. Let's look at your connecting energy, because I'm not sure to make this yet. Oh, hell, we got the Devil. Oh, dang, guys. Okay, because when I see these all together, the Devil and the Strength in reverse and the King, I feel like there's some playing going on, and especially with this Three of Cups card here, right? This could be three people. This is attachment to material things. This could be addictions. This could be drug addiction. This could be drinking too much. This could be sex addiction. This could be addiction to gambling. This could be addiction to shopping. This could just be the addiction to holding on to something and keeping yourself feeling trapped by something that you don't feel you can control. All right? And being enslaved by that. When in reality, those chains are self-imposed and you can shrug them off if you want to. But wow, really seeing this as somebody or both of you feeling like you're really being bound by something here. And again, I do get a really highly sexual energy going on, okay? And then under that, 7 of Wands. So this is all about persevering. This is about standing up for something you believe in. This is about holding up a torch for something. This is kind of like, I'm really going to fight for this thing. I'm really going to stand up here and speak my mind. And I'm going to keep myself fighting for something that I really believe in. All right? So those are your connecting energies. I really got to clarify on this because I'll tell you, we've got these 2 really beautiful positive cups cards, but then I think what these might be saying, because there's so much fire here, is this might just be like a lot of emotion. A lot of emotion going on, a lot of playing going on. A lot of people just sort of, I don't know. I can't even really tell you. We're going to go ahead and clarify. I got to say, this is the first time I felt like really stumped by one of my twin flame readings. But it's just, there's a lot of dynamics going on here. So let's go ahead and clarify masculine side and feminine side. I'm going to do them together. So what is going on with Aquarians for the month of August? Twin flame reading. What's going on here? We got water at the top and a lot of fire at the bottom. It's just a lot of fire being shown in these cards in general, and lightning. We got lightning in 3 of the cards. Okay, so let's see. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, so masculines. You've got the 4 of Swords on top of the 3 of Cups. Rest. You need to rest. When I see this card, I hear stop. Stop what you're doing. Stop for a minute. Take a time out. Try and connect with yourself on the inside. Try and see what's really going on. Try and tap into your inner knowing. Okay? Stop. Whatever you're doing. Maybe it's this. It's telling me that you need a rest, okay? And then for this is refusing to walk away from an emotional situation, or not being able to walk away from an emotional situation. I'm starting to think that masculines, it's almost like you think that you're feminine, you can't walk away from this and you can't let it go emotionally, so you are, because you feel like your feminine is being like a player. Like maybe she's going on a bunch of Tinder dates or something, or like sleeping with people you know, and it's really upsetting you. Really upsetting and like keeping you bound in this, like, ooh, there could be a lot of jealous energy going on here, guys. A lot of jealous energy. And with this too, this could be like you kind of just can't let something go. Like it's still pissing you off. It's still upsetting you. Here. Carrying that torch. You know? Maybe. Just maybe. And then we've got the 4 of Wands on top of the Tower. So this avoiding of disaster here is with this family firm foundations card. This is like the happy family card, or like the success card, right? This is the success card. This is the, like, this sometimes represents the twin flame journey with the 1111. This is like the, you know, everything is in complete alignment. with either your relationships or, you know, your sort of career and your relationships, but a lot of times this has to do with your relationships and your feelings. There's balance there, and the feelings are being returned, and it's sort of like, not a victory card, that's more the Six of Wands, but it's like, it is like a success, right? It's like a happy compromise, like a happy commitment on both ends, and then you've got this Tower in reverse as the underlying energy. Very interesting. And then feminines, you've got Judgment in reverse on top of the Ten of Cups. So whatever's going on here, I feel like this card to me talks about forgiveness and in a new beginning, in the sense of forgiveness allowing us a new beginning, right? If we don't have forgiveness in a situation, then people can't move on, and we can't have the new beginnings that we need. So for whatever reason, we've got this like lack of forgiveness on top of this emotional fulfillment card. A lot of emotions going back and forth. And then on top of the Strength in reverse about how you feel towards your masculine, you've got the Nine of Swords in reverse, which tells me that you've got this like really mental anguish kind of going on. And I think it's been going on for quite a while, which is why it's in reverse. It might be starting to fade out, but because it's on the Strength in reverse card towards him, I think you think that he's just been carrying this out. This emotional, whatever this mental anguish is, and this victim role, it probably has to do with the fact that there's something he's not moving on from, emotionally speaking. Maybe you guys had a big falling out, and you feel like you're just trying to move on. And wow, I'm really getting the opposite here, Aquarians. I don't know if I got this for you last time. I'm definitely gonna have to go check, but I almost feel like the masculines here are the ones that have been a little bit more in the chasing mode and in the divine feminine mode, and the divine feminines have been in the divine masculine mode, which is why the masculine's looking at the feminine like this. And we do that, guys. We switch, right? We go from being in the masculine mode to being in the feminine mode. We go from, you know, I really do feel like that energy switches a lot. I feel like sometimes the runner is the chaser is the runner, or now I know a lot of people are saying that we're in returner receiver mode, right? So getting ourselves into a place of receiving has to do with unifying that Hero's Gamos, that masculine and feminine energy. And so a lot of times we're switching in between these and we don't even really know it, because it's not necessarily happening in the 3D, right? It's just something that's happening kind of behind the scenes. One day you might feel completely blessed and full and abundant, and like your heart is just full no matter what's going on. And then maybe even in the same day, you might feel completely helpless and hopeless. That's literally has happened to me today, right? And that doesn't necessarily have to do with your masculine and your feminine, but it does when it comes to how you feel toward the other person, right? So then feminines, I've got Daughter of Swords reversed here on top of the Sword of Truth, which is really interesting because this Ace of Swords is about seeing the truth, but the Daughter of Swords in reverse is about like a lack of communication and a lack of gathering information, not being receptive. Okay? So I almost feel like maybe you're not communicating with your divine masculine. And maybe that's part of the reason he feels a little bit bound in this negative energy, and he feels like maybe he's just going out a lot and trying to get his mind off things and going out with friends and focusing on this, you know, need to be social or need to date or whatever, because he thinks that you are doing that and possibly doing things to specifically hurt him. And what he really needs to do is just rest. And maybe masculines, you need to just understand that there really is the foundation here for you. And, you know, that it's just whatever's going on is keeping this whole thing from kind of going down in flames, right? I will say I was doing a spread right before this, for myself. I've done far too many today. And I was getting release a lot in regards to my twin. And I'm getting either the possibility that he's in a new relationship, or that things need to just be, they're stuck in a certain place because that's making way for a new beginning to come about. And I got the protection card on top of that, and then the ancestors card on the other side. I got 2 protection cards, and I got a lot about letting go and protection. And it always stresses me out because my twin is not in communication with me, and I have no idea what goes on in his life. And I can sit here and drive myself mad and speculate all day long about who he's dating and what he's doing, and that is not getting me anywhere, and I need to stop it, right? I need to stop, because the whole point is that I'm not supposed to know that information. If I'm not supposed to know that information, then it just is what it is, and I have to let it go. This is about releasing your attachments to outcomes, okay? That's what this is about. It could be that there's a lot of drinking going on, for sure. And a lot of like dating, manipulation, jealousy stuff. Between both. I almost feel like you guys are doing this to each other. Okay? Like there's a power struggle here. And it's almost turning into a manipulation game. You know? It might be little things like you're doing little things to make the other person jealous and make sure they find out. Maybe that you're talking to somebody else, or you're going on a date with somebody else. And then, and that's coming out, and then it's like, you know, you're responding with the silent treatment, or the other person's responding by doing something else to you, you know? So, and this devil came up for me as well. And when I went to clarify on it, it was like the devil, the world, and it was another major arcana. There was the Wheel of Fortune on top of, it was the 10 of Pentacles. And the way that I took that, and also the stop card. And that's because I'm sitting here driving myself crazy, wondering what's going on, and trying to figure out the situation. And what I'm being told by my guides is, we've got this under control, and you need to stop. Because nothing is going to clear out and start over until you stop, get out of your own way, let the universe take over, and release this attachment to outcomes, because this is causing anxiety and grief. And this is the opposite of the twin flame journey, right? We have to release our attachments to future outcomes, or the way we think something should be, or we're going to miss out on the thing that is possibly the next thing that's possibly destined for us. All right. So I felt inclined to share that message with you guys. I hope this is resonating. I'm sorry if it's a little bit negative. Like I said, everyone's getting these sort of staticky reads, okay? So it's not just you. Everybody on the twin flame journey is going through some shit right now. So just letting you know. All right, so, and if you are new to my page, I do swear. And I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not, because I think that acting like words are, bad is a really stupid concept. So I'm going to swear in my readings. The next card, I'm going to pull 2 clarifiers, one for masculine, one for feminine. And I'm going to pull from my vintage wisdom oracle deck here, which I really love, and it's really, really beautiful. Guys, I do also feel like I have to say, especially because I'm just getting all this jealousy and this like dating energy here, and this like making each other upset and upset, a little bit obsessive energy, and wondering what your twin is doing. The other message I was getting on both sides of the fence, it was like whether or not he's in a relationship with somebody and just started a new relationship with somebody that's good for him, then that's good. And I need to just be happy about that and move on. Why I'm being protected from it, I don't really know. I don't know why I can't just know so I can move on, maybe it's just because it's what he needs and I need to be stepping out. But of the picture, I don't know. I mean, we don't want to ever think that as twin flames, right? But who knows? I feel like this journey is just so uncertain. And that's why I throw the skeptical thing in there, but then on the other side of the coin, I'm getting protector again, and then marriage proposal and dating and something else is trying to come into my life, and that's being guided by my ancestors, and that's why I'm being protected from this other thing. So it's very confusing, and something like returning. something returning. So it's very confusing because it could be that my twin is returning and, we're being protected. Even if he is dating someone, I mean, that might not last forever. I might go date someone and that might not last forever. And we might get back together 5 years down the road. Who knows? It's just, that's why we have to release the attachments to outcomes. Because when we sit here and speculate over and over and over, then we make ourselves mad, like crazy. By mad, I mean crazy, right? All right. And in the same vein as that, I get, for you, Divine Masculines, purity. I get purity. I get, like, this to me is saying that you need to just, like, slow your roll, all right, which is the need for the rest card here. Quit going out and drinking so much. Quit going out and socializing. Quit trying to date to make your twin mad. Try and get over this emotional unrest and this attachment to outcomes or whatever, feeling like you're being controlled by something manipulative, whatever that may be. Take a step back, rest, and get yourself cleansed, okay? The purity card, I want to tell you right now, like, the best way to cleanse, take an Epsom salt bath. I don't care if that sounds too girly or whatever, like, get a bath, scrub a sea salt in it, something. Like, go get near water, like, try and wash all that garbage away and get yourself to a better space where you can bring in and receive something that's going to be good for you, okay? For you, Divine Feminines, I get thought. And to me, this is all about you also having to take a step back and think about what you're doing. And think about what you really want and what you need to get you there. I really do. Especially when it comes to your masculines. I think that there's just a need for both of you guys to just sort of stop and regroup here, okay, and get yourselves to a little bit of a better place and a little bit of a more cleared place. I'm going to pull one more oracle for both of you, and this is my Sacred Rebels deck. I was doing my Messenger oracle, but I don't know. I just, on a whim, decided to switch it up for you guys and see how this is. The messages on these are really long, so I'm not going to read them because I feel like my voice gets so monotone and nobody wants to listen to that. So I'm just going to interpret these as I know their meanings to be, and from the first, just sort of the first instincts, my gut instincts that I get off of these cards. Okay? Okay, so Divine Masculines, yours is conscious connections. This is about connecting with people that understand what you're going through and are also going through the same things or have gone through the same things as you, that can really empathize with you. And, a lot of times this can really be about connecting to somebody that matters a lot to you, or that, maybe you had a past life with, or you have a soul connection with. And this could be representative of your twin, sure. If you're feeling a little bit unsure about that, it might just be saying that you do have a connection here and you don't need to worry so much about it. But I really think that this has to do with having conversations with people that have been through something like this and can maybe offer you a little bit of solace and advice. All right? So that's your advice. And then feminines, you have releasing allegiances. So this is all about letting go of feeling like you owe people something, or you owe your job something, or you owe your relationships something. You don't owe anybody anything. Okay? Those gold bracelets to me remind me kind of shackles. And that's what I get with this guy too, right? Talking about chains and shackles. And so I think that whatever you're feeling bound by, if this devil energy is affecting you, that you need to let go of that. And you need to not pull so hard, because it's not going to get you what you need. And again, she's kind of sitting there hugging herself. So this is about self-love. This is, again, about, let's say, think about what you really want, and take the step back while your masculine's also taking a step back, and think about what you want and focus more on loving yourself, okay? And stop feeling like you owe people something, all right? Gosh, guys, I'm sorry that was heavy, but that's it for August. I hope this resonated with you. Actually, I hope this did not resonate with you. But if it did, I hope you got some positive stuff off this. Now, there are positive things here, okay? Even when we are going through a struggle, a lot of times we just have to go through this kind of dark time and this dark energy in order to get ourselves to a lighter side. Okay, so know that everything is fluid. Nothing ever sticks around for too long. So I'm sure soon enough we'll be coming into something really beautiful and positive. But until then, I hope you enjoy your month of August, and I will connect back with you in September. My information is below if you do want a private reading, or you can just like, share, or subscribe to my page. Leave me a comment. If you don't like this video, feel free to let me know as well, but definitely leave a comment as to why if you give me a thumbs down, just because that's a lot more constructive. All right, so thanks again, Aquarians. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and namaste.